one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. Just gotta mean something to you. They gotta mean something. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2 3. 1 2 3.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps cause they know what happens next. So without further ado,
Free smoke.
look. Scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much I have you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa Bars forever, like they decided to throw me under Slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop 1,000,000 songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our blocks, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
Winning has a price. And leadership has a price.
I'm coming. I promise you, on my life, I'm coming. From the first snap, man. From the first second. What are we gonna do, man? All back against the wall. All back is against the wall.
I'm ready for whatever right now.
Welcome back. Let's try that again, bro. Welcome back to another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Yo, I'm not sick no more. The kid do still got a little bit of the sniffles, but I'm definitely getting over the illness. Who would have thunk it would take this fucking long to get over it? But nonetheless, we are here, bro. I appreciate y'all for joining me, man. I hope everybody have a dope day out there. Dope afternoon, dope night, whichever point in time you're listening to this. We got a lot to talk about. Yo, I told myself I wouldn't talk about Shannon Sharpe too much on this show no more, man, because, you know, the stuff that fly out of his mouth sometimes, bro. I just done got to this point where I just accept it. He is firmly going to die on the hill he has planted his feet on when it come to Lamar Jackson, bro. The thing that bothered me is the hypocritical nature of his opinion on Lamar Jackson, bro. The biasness, and not even necessarily the biasness, just the ridiculousness in some of his thoughts and opinions, bro. Like, to say we need to hold Lamar accountable, to say that he done underachieved. I just think that's wild things to say. I don't understand how you could say he done underachieved at this point in time. I don't understand this thing where we give every other quarterback grace, but Lamar Jackson got to continue to jump over these ridiculous hurdles. I really don't, bro. Like, you tell me, Shannon Sharpe said that Lamar Jackson won a unanimous MVP. He done won 2, so we got to hold him to a certain standard. I just don't believe in the standard that he talking about. I don't think it's a standard that he talking about. It's just how he feel on an outcome, because his opinions on Lamar Jackson always on a whim. It's how the wind blows that day, bro. If you go back to listen to damn near every analyst on TV, when Lamar Jackson had won his unanimous MVP, not even a season later, Look at every single, not even 2 seasons later, look at the ratings, bro. Look at how people was talking about Lamar. When they talked about the best quarterbacks in the league after Joe Burrow's first season, they didn't have, every time they brought up who the best quarterbacks, they would never say Lamar Jackson. I told you. The fourth person at the table would have to say, oh, and we can't forget about Lamar Jackson. But then everybody would say, but. When you look at what Lamar done accomplished in his career, what Joe Burrow and Josh Allen have accomplished in their career, you don't see people be critical of Joe Burrow and Josh Allen. And neither of those two have Super Bowls. I don't see Shannon Sharpe getting on here killing Justin Herbert has come up short more times than any quarterback in the NFL that y'all hold, not even hold, because you don't hold him to a certain standard, that you project as a top tier quarterback. Shannon has spoken very highly of Justin Herbert. Why I don't see him on TV all the time criticizing Justin Herbert? Justin Herbert done got paid. He has not accomplished nearly what a Lamar Jackson have. And then we use this thing of playoff wins. For one, Lamar Jackson already got 2 less playoffs that he could have played in, period, because he got first place in the AFC. So I understand if we want to base things off of playoff performance, but playoff wins make no sense when you try to judge it against another quarterback. The only time I think playoff wins matter is when you're on a type of streak that Pat Mahomes is on. And I'm biased to that also, or not biased. I'm critical of that also in a way, because when you look at Pat Mahomes in a lot of these games, he is the reason they've won them. And I understand how great the defense has been on the other side of the ball at times. But Pat Mahomes in most of these playoff games, it always come down to a play that he have to make, which will bring me into another conversation later on. But I don't understand why Shannon, I understand being critical of Lamar. I'm not saying you can't critique Lamar. I'm not saying you can't be critical of Lamar. But I just don't understand this. He's underachieved and he's not being held to a standard. Lamar Jackson done been held to the higher standard of any quarterback in his draft class. He was a 31st. Josh Allen was drafted higher than him. And my real irritation is the fact that Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson get held to a higher standard than the motherfucker who was taken first in that draft class, Baker. Not to mention Sam Darnold was taken higher than Josh and Lamar in that draft. We hear people critique Lamar Jackson on a regular basis, bro. People are pushing back on his MVP as we speak, but somehow he is not held to a standard. I don't see Josh Allen being critiqued like this. Josh Allen lost a playoff game and people are still on the internet tweeting shit like the only person who can take out Pat Mahomes is Josh Allen. Josh Allen had lost to the man 3 times. I'm seeing people get on TV saying that they would still take Josh Allen over Pat Mahomes. It's insanity. Last year, the year before, people was debating, was Joe Burrow better than Pat Mahomes? It's insanity. What are we talking about? Those quarterbacks do not get critiqued on the same level as a Lamar Jackson. And Lamar definitely don't get praised on the same level as those quarterbacks on any given season. Lamar got to go out there and win MVPs to be in the conversation all year as the great quarterback. But then you hold him to such a higher standard, which is amazing to me. That what type of I don't understand how winning MVPs could hurt a quarterback, because they're not hurting Peyton Manning and he only won 2 Super Bowls. People still debate that Eli Manning should not be a Hall of Famer, and he won 2 Super Bowls and didn't win an MVP. So what are we doing right now? Aaron Rodgers is undoubtedly a Hall of Famer. He has 1 Super Bowl and 4 MVPs. And nobody is questioning his greatness. Nobody is using the team's success to kill Aaron Rodgers. Nobody used the team's success to kill Peyton Manning. What are we doing, bro? Not to mention, Lamar is 27? Bro, we acting like this man 32, 33, 34. Like he on the back end of his career. Like he don't got time to still accomplish every single goal, which the only goal really he fighting for now is a Super Bowl, which is a pretty damn great place to be in your career, that all you fighting for is a Super Bowl. He literally is only coming in here every year. He got all the other awards that he could possibly want. Most people start feeling that, it's interesting how that go in some people's career. Like I know Matt Ryan took a bit of his career to finally get that MVP, and he was in the Super Bowl that year with that outright. Listen, if you're a Falcon fan, I know you don't like me bringing that up, but it is what it is. You look at Aaron Rodgers, how he got did Aaron Rodgers win MVP the same year he won a Super Bowl? I don't think he did, but I think he did. Either way, look at his MVP trophy in the back end of his career. Wasn't winning Super Bowls. Tom Brady, I'm gonna get to that later. But all I'm saying is this. I don't know when MVPs were hurting a quarterback. And the standard for Lamar Jackson every single year is a Super Bowl. He one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. So I just think it's real ignorant when you try to take Lamar Jackson's successes and turn them into negatives. Because any Bengals fan, any Bills fan would trade Lamar Jackson's resume for Josh Allen and Joe Burrow's resume right now. And if they told you they wouldn't, they lying. That's a resume you would trade. The only quarterback that's a young quarterback that we talk about in that group that you would not trade Lamar's resume for is Pat Mahomes. And that's because he got 3 Super Bowls connected to it. But other than that, Lamar Jackson's standard every year is Super Bowl. He talked about it every year. I mean, he talked about it all year. So this he underachieved. How did he underachieve? He was in the AFC Championship game. You consider Pat Mahomes to be the best quarterback of all time. So how is it underachieving coming up short against Pat Mahomes? I don't understand underachieving, especially when you consider he ain't had an all-pro at receiver like these other quarterbacks have. And, I saw a lot of people talking about the Chiefs done proving that they the standard of you don't have to sign an all-pro receiver or a number 1 receiver. Your teams does not have Pat Mahomes. It's as simple as that. So if you believe that, understand what you're getting yourself into, because you don't have Pat Mahomes slinging that pill. So that logic don't apply for nobody but Pat Mahomes, bro. But, I'm not going to spend too much more time on Shannon, bro. I think he got a lot of bad opinions on Lamar Jackson, bro. And I don't understand. Well, I do understand he jumped from opinion to opinion when it comes to Lamar Jackson. I just don't understand. It feel like it's personal, to be completely honest with you, bro. Like, it feel like maybe it's something deeper between the two, because to say people don't hold him accountable and that he done underachieved, that's crazy. People jumped on Lamar head first when they lost that playoff game. Every time the Ravens lose, the first person they blame is Lamar Jackson. And then it's a myth going around that he done had a great defense every year. That's just not the case. This is by far the best defense he done ever had. Lamar Jackson, for the majority of his career, most seasons when healthy, averaged 30 points a game. He do more than enough for his defense. So, bro, him having you come up short sometimes. You can critique him in that game, but to now say he just done come up like he just done underachieved. Bro, if Lamar Jackson had a Stephon Diggs out there with him for the last couple years, you got me. You got me. Because now you got a decent enough defense. You got the coaching. You got the talent. And you got the pieces around you. To say that he done underachieved when I believe he done. Nobody thought Lamar would do nothing that he done right now. You did not think he would be a unanimous MVP, let alone a 2-time MVP. The only person who thought this was possible was probably Lamar and his moms and his fam. And who even knew if his daydream stretched? I remember still Bubba Watson saying, and I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember exactly how he said it, but I remember he said when he won the Masters, he was like, they asked him, was this everything you dreamed about? And he was like, nah, because my dreams didn't stretch that far, basically. And I'm like, bro, that is a bar. But nobody could have imagined Lamar Jackson would have achieved. None of the critics and the pundits who had him, I was about to say a certain word, who was talking about what he would be coming out of the draft, nobody thought Lamar would be what he is right now. You looking at a dude who improved every single year. I get it if Lamar came into the season out of shape. He didn't look like he was improving on something every year. But based off of what y'all said this kid would be, and based off of what he has been, how, and he not a kid, he a grown ass man, but how can you say he done underachieved or that he hasn't been held accountable when the Ravens lose, he all over TV? Oh, is Lamar Jackson worth, if the Ravens getting their money's worth out of Lamar Jackson? Oh, Lamar Jackson always hurt. Lamar Jackson done been criticized for being hurt more than Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow done been hurt just as many games as Lamar done been hurt for. Justin Herbert been injured all year. I ain't heard a word. Not to mention, look at how he done underachieved. Ain't heard nothing about it. So it's better to never get to the playoffs than to get to the playoffs and lose. That's what I'm hearing. Because I never hear about Justin Herbert's shortcomings and him never getting his team in position to be great. But I always hear about how great he is. But when it comes to Lamar, it's critique everywhere. But somehow in Shannon's mind, Lamar Jackson haven't been held accountable. And I stopped watching Speak a while ago because I told y'all I just think Emmanuel Acho the worst analyst on God's green earth. But I could imagine he probably saying something along the lines of what Shannon's saying. Because people like him and Shannon, bro, I don't understand these ignorant ass takes of you so hypercritical on Lamar Jackson, but you're not hypercritical on these other dudes. Now, you could say I'm being biased because personally, it's like I said, I hold Lamar, Josh, Pat to a different type of standard. I hold Pat's standard is just, the standard for Pat is just, is completely different. It's completely different. But the standard that I hold, like Burrow, Lamar, Lamar, Allen, and Burrow, I hold them to a certain type of standard. If it's a game there that they should win, in the sense of the opposing quarterback is not Patrick Mahomes, and it's not one of you three, you got to find a way to get it done. And maybe C.J. Stroud, Justin Herbert, Richardson for the Colts, Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Purdy. Maybe some of these quarterbacks get to the level of, they not getting to the level of a Pat Mahomes, but maybe they start to play and produce at the level of a Lamar, Burrow, and Allen. And maybe you do have, in a sense, equal opposition on the other side. More times than not, those three quarterbacks walking into the game, they're going to be the best quarterback on the field that day. And so I hold them to a different type of standard. But to say that Lamar Jackson, even with the standard I hold him to, just say that he done underachieved and he ain't held to the a certain standard, that's crazy. Because like I said before, I love Josh Allen and I respect the hell out of Joe Burrow. But I'm not taking neither of them two resumes over a Lamar Jackson resume. It's insane to say you would. Neither of those three quarterbacks have a Super Bowl. Both of the other two done have better weaponry around them than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is the offense for the Ravens on most years. Josh Allen, and as much as he do play a huge part in his offense, he and Joe Burrow have other pieces that can carry the offense on their team. That is not what Lamar Jackson done had throughout the majority of, if ever, in his career. His best piece to this part in his career has been Zay Flowers, the rookie so far. Like, stop it. And all you have to do is watch the games to see these things. That's really one of my biggest problems with Shannon. It's very clear he don't watch Ravens games, bro. He watched the primetime games and things like that, but it's very clear he not watching the game. So that's why his opinion of Lamar Jackson is what it is. And you got a lot of people like that in the media, but, you know, what can you do? Listen, a lot of talk on the internet lately. There's been this Pat Mahomes versus Tom Brady debate. And of course, y'all know where I stand on this. 10 toes down firmly. And as much as I didn't like Shannon's opinion, it's going to be somebody who hate my opinion on this situation. So it all comes full circle at the end of the day. And I understand that and I accept that. However, listen to me. I done said it multiple times, bro. if you're starting the NFL draft right now, of all the players that's done played in the league, if your first pick is Tom Brady to me, bro, that is some dick guzzling type activity, bro. How could you put both him and Pat Mahomes side by side? Mind you, they show that stat all the time where both of them, after 7 years of their career, how identical the big like the championships is and whatnot. But how could you put those two side by side? And just off of, like, you take away, I'm not saying take away the wins and whatnot. I'm not saying that. But when you have to think about the fact that Tom done been in the game longer, so he got more championships by, and I'm not telling you it's easy to do what Tom has done. I would never say nothing like that. But it's not easy to do what Pat Mahomes, it's impossible to do what Pat Mahomes has done. And the only reason the only reason we think it's possible now is because Pat Mahomes has done it. There's going to be somebody who's like, well, Brady did it too, but not the way Pat Mahomes done it, my friend. And listen, I'm not taking nothing away from the GOAT, Tom Brady. I understand that's what that's what he is to a lot of people. But I'm sorry, bro. But this dude's an alien, bro. I understand how great Tom is. I do. That's why it's hard for me to go at him right now. But when you think about everything surrounding these two quarterbacks, and you're just going to want to use the rings, but Pat Mahomes got a chance to do it. It's not impossible for him to go get 7 championships now, bruh. He done proven that. And it's not, bro, in every single Super Bowl. And I'm not one of the people who discredit Tom Brady for winning Super Bowls off of field goal kicks, because you had to get him in position. But, bro, you can look at every single Super Bowl and watch Pat Mahomes' direct impact, bro. Damn near all of his playoff games. Like, when you watch Pat Mahomes, I don't know how, if you're a Patriot fan, I get it. That's the quarterback that got you 6 Super Bowls. I get it. And if you're a Bucs fan, I get it, because he got you a Super Bowl in however many years that you had won one. But if you anybody else, and really if you anybody with some common sense, for the Patriots, I get it 100%. You too deep in this thing. So I'm not even asking you if you from Boston, I'm not asking you for any type of understanding. I get it. You could die on your hill. I'm 100% cool with that. Salute to you. But anybody else, bro, how do you look at these two and think to yourself, just because of the Super Bowls, that's a better quarterback? Pat Mahomes can do shit that Tom just cannot do, bro. Pat Mahomes make throws that Tom just cannot make, bro. Tom cannot move the way Pat Mahomes moves. And Tom was a hell of a pocket quarterback as far as how he moved around in that pocket. But, bruh, he is not doing a lot of the shit that Pat Mahomes is doing, bro. The eye test tell you that Mahomes the better quarterback. The stats I don't give a fuck about. But if you want to look at the Super Bowls and all that type of stuff, bro, remember this? Troy Aikman had tweeted, talk to me when Pat Mahomes' trophy shelf or whatever looked the way mine do. And now he is saying nothing, because now he has 3 Super Bowls. So all I'm saying is this. Excuse me. It was a good run, Brady. But to the people who just don't want to admit that Pat Mahomes is better because you holding on to them Super Bowls, them the same type of people who didn't want to admit Pat was better than Troy Aikman because you wanted to hold on to Super Bowls. And I just think when you try to use that as the end all be, I always say it. When you win 1 Super Bowl in the NFL, that's tough. What Tom Brady done was crazy. However, Tom Brady didn't go up against the AFC that Pat Mahomes is currently going up against, bruh. As a matter of fact, most years, Tom Brady's AFC looked more like what the NFC look like nowadays. You might got 1 or 2 great quarterbacks in Tom Brady. Pat Mahomes. I don't like it when people tell me that Brady is the Michael Jordan of the NFL. Well, actually, I don't mind when people say that, because that would consider him. I don't like it when you try to say he did what Jordan basically did, because it's this theory going around, and I don't know if it's true. I need to do the research on it. But they say that Michael Jordan stopped all the greats from winning championships during his era. And if that's true, that is not true for Tom Brady, bro. The Patriots had a stretch where they wasn't even winning Super Bowls. multiple, or getting even to the Super Bowl, multiple great quarterbacks won Super Bowls while Tom Brady was in his prime and playing. Like, Brady did some great things and he got his ring. But let's not act like he had to take out, like he stopped everybody from winning championship. Peyton Manning got 2. Eli got 2. Big Ben got 2. Joe Flacco got 1. Like, Tom Brady let a lot of other people win championships. When you look at the great quarterback, Drew Brees got 1. Aaron Rodgers got 1. When you look at the great quarterbacks that we consider playing right now, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, some think Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, none of them don't won a Super Bowl on Pat Mahomes' watch. And when Joe Burrow had the opportunity to go win one, he lost to Matthew Stafford. All I'm saying is Pat Mahomes' contemporaries, the greats of his generation, because Matthew Stafford is not a part of the Pat Mahomes generation, bro. If you want to try to use that, cool. But when I'm talking about Pat Mahomes and his contemporaries, Justin Herbert, CJ Stroud, they haven't won Super Bowls on Pat Mahomes' watch. Pat Mahomes got 3 of them, 4 trips. He in the AFC Championship every single game. Pat Mahomes has only been blown out once. That was in the Super Bowl when he didn't have an offensive line. Every other loss he had to have, which was only up to 2 other losses, both had to take place in overtime. Pat Mahomes has hosted the AFC Championship every single game in his career before this year. Brady done been blown out, and I saw the Ravens go into Gillette and blow him out. I saw New England lose in Gillette in the playoffs multiple times. I've never seen Pat Mahomes but once lose in Arrowhead. Wait, they was in Gillette when they lost when that offsides happened, right? Now, I could be wrong on that. I think they was in Gillette, though. But my statement remains. To me, Pat Mahomes is the greatest quarterback, the greatest player. I don't think Brady did swing the odds for his team. To me, not like Pat Mahomes, bro. Brady had a lot of defenses that to me was better than the defenses that the Chiefs done put on the field overall. Now, the Chiefs had a hell of a defense this year, but I still think when you look at the all-time defenses that Brady played for when it comes to the Patriots, you would take a lot of those defenses over a lot of the defenses, if not every defense Pat Mahomes done had, aside from probably like 2. This one was a great defense, even though you could pull up some defenses for the Patriots that had a lot more studs. But I also like the defense that they had when they had Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger. But nonetheless, to me, and I understand, like Pat Mahomes said the other day, it's tough for him because Brady beat him in the Super Bowl. That's why you don't have to do the talking, Pat. I got you, baby. That shit don't matter, bro. Because if Pat had to beat Brady in that Super Bowl and Brady didn't have no line and he was just getting blitzed out the entire game and he couldn't do shit, y'all would have immediately said, well, he only won because Brady didn't have an offensive line. Bro, be a man, bro. Be a real sports fan, bro. Be a woman, bro. If you take both quarterbacks, put them on equal playing field, give them healthy teams, who is you taking, bro? Pat Mahomes, bro. Stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with me. You think Tom Brady going to a Super Bowl back-to-back and winning with the talent that Pat Mahomes had these last 2 years? Stop it, bro. Stop it. And I see people be like Deion Branch. Deion Branch better than a lot of these receivers that Pat done had since Tyreek left, bro. Stop playing with me. Brady done had Gronk. I just saw a tweet the other day that said this dude tweeted some shit like, even if Kelsey had 4 Super Bowls, baby, I'm still taking Gronkowski if he. Like I saw somebody tweet some shit like that. So stop it, bro. Listen, and I understand Gronk didn't play in like 2 of them Super Bowls, but nonetheless, bro, it's people out there on the internet and on TV that be trying to say Julian Edelman is a Hall of Famer, bro. Come on now. Now, if you can't say Julian Edelman is a Hall of Famer, but then bitch about them numbers that he done put up. Because all I'm saying is Julio would not make the Hall of Fame with them numbers in no Super Bowls. That's all I'm saying. If you take away the Super Bowls, What other receiver making the Hall of Fame with them numbers? And take into account who he had at quarterback all them years. So you can't have it both ways when it comes to that one now. That I don't like that Julian Edelman thing. Wes Welker cold though. I fuck with Wes Welker. And Julian Edelman was good too, but I'm just saying he ain't no Hall of Famer, bro. I don't think Wes Welker a Hall of Famer either, but you know what I'm saying? I like Brandon Stokely. He ain't no Hall of Famer. Like, but that we're not here for that. All I'm saying is this. Listen, Patriots fans, bro. It's just different. Not Patriots fans, Brady fans, which is basically Patriot fans also. So we really was going down the right road. But nonetheless, what Pat Mahomes is, what he done had to play against, to me, that bro, look, this motherfucker got to beat Lamar, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. And now when you throw in the others who people consider great, CJ Stroud, Justin Herbert. You know, you got some people out there who believe heavily in Tua Tagovailoa, and if you don't believe in him, you believe in that Miami offense. You got Anthony Richardson. You got some Anthony Richardson believers out there. The man had to take on Derrick Henry in his prime over there with Tennessee. Like, come on, bro. Now, I understand there's going to be it's a lot of Brady fans out there right now saying, yeah, with all that he took on, Brady still beat him. I can't win with you guys, and I understood that when I started this conversation. All right? I'm familiar with your game. I'm very familiar with your game and how you was going to approach this conversation. I get it, but you just got to keep letting me speak, okay? Stop interrupting me, all right? With your logical, factual thoughts, okay? Because I'm trying to tear that wall down. All I'm saying is this. If you drafted quarterbacks first overall, when you looking at pure talent, and you combine them accolades, bro, you're not taking nobody over Pat Mahomes, bro. You're not. Like, bro, the man can get outside the pocket and run the ball. He's not just a pocket quarterback. He can make throws that no other quarterback can. Even though I'm going to tell you want to know what the wackest trope in football is right now? Every time Josh Allen make a throw, oh, nobody else can make that. Well, it's specifically with Tony Romo. Nobody else can make that throw. Oh, he just made a throw, Jim, that only one person could have made. And like, bruh, shut the fuck up, bruh. Man, I don't like Tony Romo, bruh. The announcer or the color commentator, bruh. Everybody who fucked with him that first season, I was like, man, y'all just. Oh, I couldn't stand that motherfucker. I still can't stand Tony Romo, bro. He's a terrible announcer, bro. Somebody said he'd be drunk on the job, bro. It will make a lot of sense. If you get that drunk and get annoying, bro, my goodness, bro. My goodness. But, you know, he got his supporters out there. Nonetheless, bro, stop getting off track. I understand the greatness of Brady. I really do, but I just don't see Brady getting to the Super Bowl twice and winning that bit with the team that Pat Mahomes had to play with these last 2 years as far as on offense. The competition he done had to play against in the AFC. Like, bro, Brady wasn't playing against a Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow type of quarterback crew, bro. He wasn't. I know Peyton was over there. I know a lot of people got a lot of respect for Ben. I don't think Ben, the quarterback, was as great as people be making it out, but he had a lot of fucking weapons over there. Now, I'm not telling you that Ben not a great quarterback. But what I am saying is Antonio Brown is a Hall of Famer before he lost his fucking mind in a lot of people's mind. A lot of people still tell you he a Hall of Famer if you're just basing it off of. It's hard to say on-field actions because, you know, he did that shit in the New York Jets Stadium on the field. But when you're looking at his on-field play, he 100% a Hall of Famer. And then he had some dudes who had some nice peaks with like Martavius Bryant, Santonio Holmes. Bro, it's a dude who I'm forgetting right now, bro. I know he had Plexico, but Le'Veon Bell, Hines Ward, that's who I was forgetting. Jermaine Bettis. Like, bro, the dude done played with a lot of talent, bro. Like, we're not finna sit around and act like Ben. You know what I'm saying? He had more talent on his teams than Tom Brady. Now, I'm not telling you that I can't separate all that talent from how good or bad Ben was, but I watch this motherfucker twice a year. And I understand Ben made plays because he could hold on to that ball for a long time and take a lot of hits and whatnot. And that was a special characteristic of Ben's, a special ability he had, if you will. But I don't look at Ben the way I look at, and I understand people will be like, well, Ben still got them 2 Super Bowls. I get that. But when when you drafting quarterbacks all time, I don't think a lot of people would take Ben, and maybe I'm wrong because there's a lot of Pittsburgh fans out there. And this might be crazy what I'm saying right now, and it could be a little bit of my hatred for Ben coming out or my bias of not liking Big Ben. But I would take Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow over Big Ben right now. You get him the talent that he played with in his career, I'm taking all 3 of them quarterbacks over him right now. And I don't have to say Pat Mahomes because I'm taking Pat Mahomes over every quarterback that ever touched the fucking football, fam. I apologize for my outburst. But listen, Brady fans, don't hate me, bro. I'm just saying. I'm not here to I did not come here to disrespect you. And I know you didn't expect to come here to be disrespected. I get it. I'm not here to turn water into wine, bro. Pat Mahomes has already done that 3 times over. I know it's going to be a page of fans say, well, Brady done that 7 times over. And I don't mean to voice y'all over and make y'all sound like y'all, is not working with a full mental capacity. However, I just feel like when you watch these 2, bro, how could you take not Peyton Manning, even though there's people out there who would take Peyton Manning over Tom Brady. I'm just telling you right now, bro. It's definitely a conversation, and you got to admit that. Now, I also want to say this. You cannot be somebody who think LeBron James the greatest of all time, but then you say Tom Brady, that Lord Jesus, that my boy Patty Mahomes cannot be the GOAT, because LeBron don't have more rings than Jordan, and you're using rings to put Brady over Mahomes. So I just want y'all to know that don't make sense. Now, I saw a report today that said that Steve Wilkes was relieved of his duties. Well, it didn't say that. He was fired by Mike Shanahan and the 49ers. The defense did not, his scheme didn't fit the players or didn't fit what they was trying to do, I guess. I mean, the scheme got you to a Super Bowl, so, there's that. I don't really know. I guess I would have to go back and watch the tape to be dead serious with you, because I don't really know what Kyle Shanahan talking about. The secondary had a injury in it, so that's always going to affect the secondary. Certain players might have took a step back in certain ways and whatnot. I don't know if I ever really looked at at Nick Bosa as a great run stopper. And maybe I don't know. I don't know if it was the talent, if it was the coaching, if it was the scheme. I just have to go back and look at it. But with that being said, I appreciate you for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Tell somebody you fuck with him. Tell somebody you love him. You could be anything in the world. Choose to be kind to somebody today. I appreciate the likes, the shares, the subscribing. I truly appreciate it. NBA All-Star games and festivities coming up. We're going to be talking about it. So be prepared for that. I fuck with you. I love you. Saint out.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, she know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy, scoop her up like I'm raking her something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber, you out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home.